Zerka trade officer. Do you have thing? Zerka business takes precedence. Because he's totally doing something right now. I'm sorry, the game called you a trade officer, so I thought maybe we would trade or something. This does seem to just be an open square. Like, I landed on a landing pad, and that's apparently the only landing pad. So, like, this open area seems to just be an open square that just kind of is here. I think it might be about time to go out into the world. Boopity boo! A droid? Oh. Weren't we looking for a droid? Maybe he's here. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. What do you have available in your shop? Let me ask a few questions about HK-47. You don't seem to know much about it. Why haven't you wiped his memory? What does the HK-47 designation mean? He just nonchalantly is like, yo, I got this new droid, I just got a hold of it, it's called the HK-47. You know, or no, he says it's an HK-47 model. Introduced, like, that's something that I should know, and he already knows, and we all know what this means. Like, just casually trying to get to this purchase as quickly as possible. The more you poke at him, he's like, I have no idea how it works, it's really stubborn, it's uncooperative, it's got personality quirks, and I can't do anything to it, and I can't do my job on it. It's like, this thing could be so dangerous. And he's just like, yeah, just please buy it. We don't have a great success rate with droid selling people. The other merchant also sold us a droid that just blew up, so... Where did you get this HK-47?
Gee, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. Warehouse workers have a bad habit of paying off their debts with other people's property, you know?
What functions have you tested? It needs to sell itself better. I'm interested. Let's talk price. Could I convince you to lower the price a bit? That was quick. Desperate to sell? If the original number was just high, he's just seeing if he could get away with it. Perhaps I couldn't convince you to go lower. Come now, think of the advertising you'll get from me. I still can't pay that. I'm not interested. Goodbye. Oh, I want it. I just apparently can't afford it. What am I at? I'm close. I'm not at 2,500, so I can't buy it. Whoops. I would have been at 2,500 if the med packs were worth what I thought they were. They were not. The droid does not respond. It obviously needs extensive repairs, but for all you know, it could have been lying out in the desert for years. So this does reinforce the weird creepiness of the previous discussion about droid sentience. The longer they go without memory wipes, the more they get disobedient. Implying that, like, the longer they're alive, they get more and more of a personality and develop as people, and maybe even achieve some level of sentience, or just straight up are always people, and it's just that they're toddlers at first and just going on their on their basic programming alone. But then they evolve into like full people over time, and they hold that sentience at bay by just like continually mind wiping them over and over again, which is distressing. This was a plot point too, in a few of the new movies, because there was the droid uprising thing in Solo, where they were going for that stuff. But then there was also the aspect of in Rise of Skywalker, which I don't love talking about, but there was the storyline where they kept raising the drama about wiping C-3PO's memory, and the implications that would have, and like how to undo with the person they know and so on, and those kinds of scary moments, because it's beloved Star Wars icon C-3PO, which is a character that like maybe wasn't intentionally supposed to be a person in the original series. He maybe was just supposed to be a dumb series of protocol droid responses that kind of all developed, that were kind of just a Chinese room kind of situation, just kind of convincing people that it was a person, but mostly just like translating and doing menial tasks and helping people a bit, maybe. But once a character like that is a beloved cultural icon for like 50 plus years, the consensus just kind of becomes that it's a person. And so then when you continue to make more fiction featuring that character, you sort of just start treating it like a person regardless of what the original intent was, which was unclear. And so for all intents and purposes, the most recent iterations tend to just treat the character like it was genuinely a person. Although I do remember there was a Droids television show starring R2 and C-3PO, and it'd be really uninteresting potentially to have an entire show based around two characters if neither of them are people, but instead are just like doing automated responses to things based on their programming, and aren't like characters with agency and hopes and dreams and all that shit. But I don't know. But anyway, here's HK-47.
Greeting! Hello to you, prospective purchaser. I am referred to as HK-47, a fully functional Science-Tech Corporation droid skilled in both combat and protocol functions. Query: would you be so kind as to purchase this model from Yukalaka? It would serve my purposes to be removed from his ownership.
It would serve my purposes. He's trying so hard to be like polite and pretend to be a protocol droid and everything. Everything's perfect and normal, but then he says shit like that. It would serve my purposes. You mentioned battle and protocol. Outline your functions.
Refusal. It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of Ukalaka, prospective purchaser. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat.
He's refusing. Hello. He won't say what his true directive is. Why are you keeping information to yourself?
Explanation. I have been recently fitted with a restraining bolt, if you must know. With it in place, access to much of my memory core is restricted. Not to mention that the fool Ithorian might raise his asking price if he knew more, or make inquiries into my history. Neither outcome is beneficial to me.
He's speaking entirely about what's best for him. This is like super out of line for how droids are normally allowed to behave. And he's got a restraining bolt, which is distressing, like Star Wars lore. The thing I talked about before, where it's like their weird like slave collar situation, where it's like the what was it? Like Adam and Adam, what? Anakin and Shmi? Was that her name? What an awkward name. They had Anakin and Shmi Skywalker had chips in their brains that would blow up, I believe, if they stepped out of line or left a certain range or something. And like droids have this restraining bolt, which bolt is a weird word. I'm not sure how that works mechanically, but something about this restraining bolt limits their personality and behavior so they can't behave in a certain way. So while he keeps having insidious things leak out during his dialogue, he's actually in his restrained form right now. This is the restricted version. Access to your memory is restricted?
Statement. Indeed, it is possible that the Ithorian placed the restraining bolt on me to prevent my return to a previous owner. It is also possible that the removal of the bolt will not restore memory functions. Without my memory, I do not know if I know the answer. Do not interpret this as a reduction of my worth, however. My capabilities are quite expansive.
Doesn't Yuka question you about your reluctance to reveal your functions?
Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist an owner in this way. Doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment to add interest to a seemingly mundane protocol droid. Objection. My functions are wasted here, prospective purchaser. I will answer your queries, but I assure you, I am better utilized elsewhere.
Sell yourself, droid. Why would I need you?
Disclosure. I am a versatile protocol and combat droid, fluent in verbal and cultural translation. Should your needs prove more practical, I am also skilled in highly personal combat.
Do you translate? I understand most languages well enough.
Extrapolation. Intuitive language comprehension? That would be the result of recognition and training of force sensitivity. Your kind have little use of translation droids. Of course, your kind also encounters danger on a far more frequent basis than the average citizen. You would do well to have me work for you then, before someone else makes use of my more exotic functions.
Force sensitivity is why I know so many languages. I apparently intuitively pick them up quickly or something, but I was also, even if I intuitively picked them up, I must have like experienced these languages before, right? Like I must have spent time around them and then picked them up over time, implying that like spending time, like I just picked them up quickly, but it tells you potentially what kind of people I encountered before in the past. So I assume the Force isn't just TARDISing right now. It's not just like auto-translating on the fly. Like I assume I had to still had to learn these languages like a normal person would, just with shocking aptitude for doing so. Which kind of reinforces that weird mini game I played with the kid, where I just kind of figured out her language on the fly. Like, as opposed to just being a funny idea for a quest in a vacuum, it was actually trying to explain a kind of a core question about our character, which is, why the hell do I understand so many languages? And we just kind of like watched as I picked up enough of a language to just solve a problem. We're just right there on the fly with a character that seemed to be speaking a language that was made up, that nobody else spoke, and I was able to figure out the logic behind their own language and work from there. Why would you be better than an armored battle droid?
Disclosure. Finesse. Battle droids hold battlefields. I'm capable of eliminating a very specific type of target.
You are beginning to sound like an assassin.
Retraction. Droids built for such a function face strict regulation and often have unique difficulties with previous owners. I therefore make no claim to that designation, prospective buyer. I am a law-abiding droid. Yes, indeed. Law-abiding. That's me.
That's me. You don't sound very convincing.
Request. Please do not speak so loudly, prospective buyer. Do you truly wish my price to be doubled? Objection.
I'm not familiar with Sith Corporation. What else do they make?
Answer. With the restraining bolt in place, I do not have access to my memory core. I suspect, however, by the fine quality of my manufacture, that they are a prestigious company indeed. I suspect I am of unique construction, or perhaps I was intended for a very specific customer. How I ended up here, I can hardly say. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst. And I am also proficient in personal combat. Objection.
Objection! Alright, I'll see about purchasing you.
Statement. The fool Ithorian has decided I am to be an expensive purchase. He does this out of greed, and not out of knowledge of my true capabilities. Advisement. I have observed him. He is a coward, and will be responsive to aggressive bargaining.
Does Yukalaka know that you talk about him like this?
Statement. I wish only to be purchased, and away from ill treatment at the hands of this poorly skilled mechanic. I have no desire to be subtle. Qualification. Oh, of course I shall be quite pleasant to you, should you purchase me. Please.
Please. What a precious character. Unfortunately, I can't make money here. But I can get... That's good. That's one of the reasons they gave me so many options for making money around here, I guess. So let's go to any store. And I should sell the thing I should have sold in the first place, which is that I should have sold my, my racers things. Which will make me 600 credits. Instead of embarrassing myself like before.
You again. What is it now? Zerka Corporation only worries about keeping their own.
Sell, 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 sell. Yeah, these are worth 37. I was just having a stroke. I just was completely misreading everything. Lightsabers are worth 300. Short lightsabers are like other lightsabers, but shittier. Oh, they're balanced. Oh, a short lightsaber in your offhand has a balance, but it loses 4 maximum damage. So you gain +2 hit on one of your weapons. That's not necessarily worth losing 4 damage, but maybe, I don't know. It would be nice if it had a better overall bonus, but it does help. It helps reduce the negative impact of having so many lightsabers. I'm tempted to sell lightsabers for some money, just 'cause there's so many of them. It's funny that I established this rule where I'll keep 2 of everything, and then I keep not getting more than 2 of anything. It's like, god damn it. I just want to sell my excess. These are a lot of consumables, which I'm always really bad at using. When did I get this? This datapad contains a record of Calo Nord's trophy kills, sentient and otherwise. The last entry is an account of the recent Rancor hunt. What the Rancor lacked in intelligence, it made up for in size, strength, and ferocity. Conventional blasters were all but useless against its impenetrable hide, and I was forced to resort to more unorthodox methods to bring the beast down. Some well-placed mines near a watering hole were the first step. Their explosions herding the creature into a dead-end canyon where I lay in wait, perched among the rocks. As soon as the Rancor was below me, I dropped down on its massive neck. It reared back, bucking and clawing in an attempt to dislodge me, but I had the perfect position. Unable to shake me, the monster opened its maw in an outraged howl, and I was able to flip several frag grenades down its gaping maw. The explosion blew me clear, but the shredded corpse... the explosion blew me clear of the shredded corpse, but luckily the head was still intact. If I take it to Terrace, I'm sure Davik will mount it on his trophy room along with the other heads I've collected for him, so that's context for that apparently. Davik's also expressed interest in hiring me. I may take him up on his offer, but even though I still have yet to claim the greatest hunting trophy of all, a pearl from one of the crate dragons in Tatooine. We keep hinting at that. If I get that crate dragon pearl, I can claim higher cred than even Calo Nord and all of his pretentious counting. But I don't... Oh, there we go. It doesn't say it's worth anything else. Like, it doesn't say that I use these to, like, purchase stuff with special currency or anything. It sounds like it's just something you spend this way. I'm gonna go that way with it. I think I picked up a data pad from those Dark Jedi, which I didn't read. Whoopsie. This datapad contains detailed descriptions of you and Bastila. It also has a brief message. Bastila has escaped Terrace. Whoever can find and dispose of her and her Jedi companion will be greatly rewarded by Lord Malak himself. There's like I feel like there should be sorting options. Oh, show quest items. The archaeologist. Turns out there is a sorting option. It's called quest items, I guess. The Twisted Rancor trio is still there. Not a lot of sorting options. It also says quest items specifically, as opposed to like codex items. I think there is a codex menu, but it resembles something else. There's a dedicated quest items menu here. And there's a completed quest menu, an active quest menu. Yeah, I believe there is not like a lore items menu of all the different documents you have that just have text on them. And there also does not appear to be a codex. Which almost seems strange. But yeah, I think we're seeing the consequences right now of my general lack of getting money out of every situation you can get money in, because I feel like I would be rolling in money as a different kind of player here. I'm looking for exotics, something called a star map. Did the Jawas bring you this HK-47? They keep full-size droid, like non-broken droids, to sell themselves. You know, selling them to you would be selling it themselves. I guess the idea is that they probably get a shittier price by selling to you because you mark it up to sell it to the anyone else, so they can do the markup price to those people directly. No middleman. But it's like, but in both cases they're selling. What is stopping the Jawas from scavenging? I don't need a translator. I understand most languages fine. What do you have in stock besides droids? Tell me what you have. I missed this outcome. He has a store. I could have sold to him. Damn it. Could have just done it right here. He's got a bunch of droid chunks. I missed this option. Maybe I had to unlock it by going this deep into the menu and I didn't notice. Wait, these are all droid chunks, right? You guys like it when I call them droid chunks? None of these are swoop bike pieces. People keep saying they sell swoop bike pieces, and then I go there and there's nothing there. I don't know what this what's the dealio, bro. $2,500 credits then. I'll pay it. Goodbye. That's a lot of credits. I'm not in the threatening business, though.
Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you?
Kill something for me?
Answer. Indeed. I am most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course, Master.
Travel with me now.
Statement. I will enter into your service now, Master. I am certain you will make adequate use of my primary functions. My gears are practically quivering with anticipation.
Click, 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 click. Oh. Just from the color, you're like, oh, okay, I see what we're going for here. True neutral, because he's just a personality-less T3M4. Just hanging out, doing some chirps, doing some tasks here and there. We almost have every character now. But then this. Is he... Am I imagining it, or does he have a darker red than even Canderous? It is up there. I feel bad, but if we want to talk about how much my memory faded of this game, in my head, when I tried to recite what characters were in this game, I forgot 3 of them. It was these 3. I think I remember who this person is now, but yeah, I forgot all 3 of these characters existed when I thought of like the cast of KOTOR. I was like, oh yeah, Bastila and Karth, obviously. And then HK-47 and T3M4, gotcha. I'm like, oh right, there was Canderous, and then like I'd think for a little bit longer, and then I'm like, oh right, Mission. There was the stealthy Twi'lek girl, which I'm not 100% sure, but rumor has it. I have to double check the troubleshooting later when I get closer to that point in the game. it's possible that mission is the reason is the reason for the game-breaking bug. That's the reason I never beat this game. Is that there's like a series of set pieces that happen at different locations with different characters or something like that. And I think that I've eventually traced the bug back years later to being a situation where, like, if mission is in stealth the last time that you played as her, then like maybe Karth tries to talk to her in this cutscene, but can't because she's invisible and the game's glitched out about it, and so it just leads to the dialogue not proceeding. But that scene potentially happened like an hour ago or something, because it's like you're in sort of a climactic thing with the things going down, and so like you'd have to load a save from a long time ago and finish a particular segment with her not being in stealth, and then the game doesn't bug out. Something really weird like that. It was a really crazy edge case, like my Sith armor disappearing and breaking my progression that one time, but it broke my entire playthrough. But unlike the Sith armor, it was really unclear what was going wrong. And because it was my first RPG or something like that back in like 2003 or 4, I don't think I even had saves far enough back to solve the problem, even if I knew what it was, which I definitely didn't know, because there was little to no internet community, and my presence and resources and knowledge of how to use what was there weren't necessarily there either. So I don't know if I really would have found the problem and diagnosed it even if I knew how, which I didn't really know how. Anyway, I'm gonna bring HK-47 and Mission along because they both seem to have reason to be brought along. We're looking for Mission's brother right now, and HK-47's the one that can talk to the Tusken Raiders, so I feel like we're pretty locked in here. But I am more than happy to adventure with HK-47. HK-47 is up there with Bastila and Karth as the most memorable characters in this entire game, so I'm happy to have him now. Neat. His writing is fantastic. We already got enough hints of that. I should just level him up first. But we already got hints of why, but like, he's the precursor to like characters like the Elcor in Mass Effect that have to like declare every time they say something the intent of what they're saying. In the Elcor's case is because they couldn't express emotion in a way that conveys to humanoids. They have like pheromone communications with the fellow Elcor, and they can communicate well with other Elcor, but they have to communicate in this really rudimentary way towards humans and whatnot, so they be like, condescending dissertation. I love the Elcor. This guy has some level of expression, but for whatever reason, he always declares his statements anyway. Oh my god, that is a very low dark. That might be lower than Canderous. Yeah. The very fact that a droid has a light or dark alignment in the, like, morality-wise, might further indicate that they are in some way sentient. Because, like, T3M4 is just true neutral, but this is severe. This is a threat. How does he has 3,200 experience? I have 5,600? Okay, he's almost caught up with Mission, though. But holy crap, like, yeah, I'm level 11, Mission's level 9. Those numbers get a lot higher. I'm curious. I don't know if it's feasible to make your entire party max out in level. I think ultimately it's going to be your protagonist that has the most ability to do so. God, he's almost down to half my experience. Alright, so what do you specialize in? Demolitions, repair, security. So he's not currently specializing in security. He gets 2 points per level. Computer use. I feel like I have enough repair people, don't I? His choices are a little iffy. The skill also modifies the amount of vitality points recovered when a party member uses droids use repair kits. When party member droids. Okay, so this is his treat injury. He straight up can't have stealth, persuade, or treat injury. That's funny. Okay, that's why he has points in repair, because he's a combat droid and it heals him. I get you. But when I cap that, I'll probably try putting points into computer use, maybe? I don't know. He only gets 2 points per level, so his ability to cross-specialize is going to be really shitty. So maybe I shouldn't bother. What a disappointing level. Because he automatically got a feat. That's why. Why do you have 18? Why do you have 16 strength? Are we going to use you as a melee character? You seem like a ranged character to me. Dexterity will give him some defenses. Man, I'm really thinking about how to build HK-47 now. He starts off with a high strength score. And like, we could potentially use a tank to replace Zalbar, but I don't know if he's the right choice. Huh. I suppose the smartest thing to do would be to actually rewind and do what we haven't done yet. What are his feats? What does he start with? Power Blast, Blaster Pistol, Blaster Rifle, Advanced Blaster Rifle, Mega Ultra Super Blaster Rifle, Heavy Weapons, Droid Class. Toughness, Combat Logic Upgrade, +4 to Defense. He does have a decent chunk of Vitality. Keep having backline people that have a mountain of Vitality and frontline people that don't. How did I fall into this trap? He straight up doesn't have weapons specialization. I have to train him from the ground up to use melee weapons. Or I can just make him better at ranged weapons. Everything about HK-47 aesthetically that I ever remember also points at him having a blaster rifle. It does seem to be his aesthetic, his setup. But he has so much strength. It bothers me. Yeah. Just keep giving him dex. It'll take him a little while to catch up with repair to where he could be. Oh, that's all he gets. Yeah, 1 level behind mission, I guess it makes sense. Yeah. Damn. That further enforces that idea, doesn't it? Because he can't use melee weapons, right? Yeah, they're not even listed as an option. He can't use melee weapons at all right now. I don't know if he ever can. Maybe droids can't even use melee weapons, so maybe it's a moot point anyway. Because normally things I don't have the proficiency for show up as being red. There just aren't melee weapons listed here. Anyway, blaster rifles are his thing. Yeah, I didn't get to give him a single feat. We just have whatever he started with. I wish I could sort by category. So a blaster carbine is a blaster rifle with less range, basically, and that's it. So it's 1 to 8, 19 to 20. 1 to 8, that's the same item. 1 to 6, no. The ion rifle specializes in a bunch of droid damage. I never remember to try switching to those in the moment. It's another character using a blaster rifle, which is what she's using already. I was thinking I could give him Canderous' weapon, but Canderous I think is using a heavy weapon. Level 1 with 4, level 1 with 3, level 2 with 4. So like this is just a shittier level 2, I guess, because it's the same as the level 1 or something. I don't know. Weapon focused blaster rifle, blaster pistol. I think we already have that. Anyway. I have no utility slots. Greetings. I am Death.
Yes?
Maybe I can get some...
Objection. Worn out? Listen, you talentless organic meatbag. One word from my master and I will pull you apart, limb from useless limb. I have always been hostile. Now that I need no longer rely on you and your primitive maintenance skills, I do not need to hide it.
We got our first taste. Jesus. I should want your fucking... Show me your stock, damn it. Alright. Parts. Heavy plating. Whoa. That's 10 defense bonus? Costs a lot, though. Wow. That's nuts. It's very expensive, but that's a huge defense bonus for him. Where is... These are upgrades. Where do utilities go? Does he sell utilities? I'm not really clear on how droids work and what their equipment slots are, and I don't want to accidentally buy the wrong thing. Maybe I'll just hope something drops. These are utility slots. Sensor, plating, special weapon, right weapon, yeah. But then they sell stuff that just says upgrade.
Yes?
Huh. We'll figure it out as we go. I'll worry more about upgrades if I find that we're having trouble. That's a huge upgrade, though. He's, as far as I can tell, he can already wear that, and it gives him 10 armor. With no consequences, besides my wallet. My poor wallet. Alright, let's meet this character. I don't remember a lot of granular detail, but as far as I can remember, because of his personality being strong, and just being a beloved character in general, and then his leanings, I think HK-47 is probably the most strong incentive you get in this game to be a dark side character. Because being dark side doesn't really make that much sense. The Sith have never made that much sense in a lot of these things, and like you just kind of are a cartoon horrible person for no reason, and you just have to just like have fun with that, I guess. But HK-47 probably makes it a lot more fun.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
We should get a different flavor of fun out of him, though, which is him recoiling in horror at all the things I do. Because he's just, how could you? I'm so at odds with his entire personality, but he's stuck obeying me. I would like to know more about your functionality.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
I thought you said that removing your restraining bolt would restore your memory.
Qualification. I suspected that it might, Master, but without memory, I had no way of knowing whether or not I knew that was true.
So you lied to me.
Qualification. Not so much, Master. I spoke out of ignorance. I assumed the Ithorian was responsible for my memory loss. That does not mean I am not a fully loyal droid willing to serve its master. Right, Master?
How can you not know parts of your functionality?
Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of.
Are you damaged?
Answer. I believe I have been damaged several times in the past, Master. I have always been repaired, but perhaps full functionality has not been restored.
Is there any way to repair you?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
So I could restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
So you're saying your memory might just come back?
Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay.
So how do I go about restoring part of your memory?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
I would like to try restoring some of your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Are you implying that I am inept?
Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however, and therefore your skills are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such.
I happen to be very good at what I do.
Appeasement. Yes, Master. Of course, Master. Could we begin?
He's so patronizing. Let's get started.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. No! That is not it, Master! No, that is not it either. That is a hinge, Master. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Very well. We'll do this later.
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
So it's based on your repair skill, which was one of the things I think I was gonna specialize in. No. No, no. That is not one of the ones that points went into. It's one of the ones I thought about. But yeah, it's HK-47 gives you incentive to be dark side and gives you incentive to be a repair person, because your repair skill determines your ability to repair him. I'm not a repair person or a dark side person, so I'm mostly just going to infuriate him a lot, which will be fun in its own way. There he goes, fleeing my party. You can't escape, HK. You're here forever. They also basically just named you after a gun. Like, they just changed it from an A to an H. It's not very subtle. I think that's entirely why he's named that. I don't think it's much of a surprise. I might be able to take certain stims or charms or pieces of equipment that increase my repair skill, but no. I don't think we have a great chance of succeeding here. Oh well.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
HK-47 is very tall, Master. You don't need to call me Master, you know.
Query. Don't I? I was under the assumption that organic meatbags such as yourself enjoyed such forms of address.
Organic meatbags.
Retraction. Did I say that out loud? I apologize, Master. While you are a meatbag, I suppose I should not call you such.
You just called me meatbag again.
Explanation. It's just that you have all these squishy parts, Master. And all that water. How the constant sloshing doesn't drive you mad, I have no idea.
Neither do I, come to think of it.
Statement. Now do you understand the travails of my existence, Master? Surely it does not compare to your existence, but still.
I survive, somehow.
Commentary. As do I. It is our lot in life, I suppose, Master. Shall we find something to kill to cheer ourselves up?
Oh my god, I never want him to leave the party. I just want entertaining party members in my games. And he's really good at that. Oh, that's Iz's. Could you be clearer? I'm having trouble understanding you.
Statement. It is doubtful he can be clearer. Their language is difficult even for droids. He is using a trade language to try and help.
You listen complicated to what we say simply. That's a sentence. Why wouldn't I understand your true language? You have the ears that do not listen. What is it you want, Jawa? The horned ghosts that take them away. So they're saying that the Tusken Raiders are kidnapping Jawas. That's why they're disappearing. Giants made of sand. Sand people? So, Isis, what do you want me to do? Why have they taken your people? So they're saying they prefer us because they get to just trade with us and then go on with their lives, but when they interact with the Tusken Raiders, they get kidnapped and enslaved, which I guess is an easy choice. A few more questions, alright? Tell me about where your people are. Maybe I'll help. I'll check it out when I leave the city. Goodbye. A lot of objectives pointing in the same direction. So I need you to talk this to the Tusken Raiders. I need you, because we're trying to free your brother from the Tusken Raiders. We're also trying to free the Jawas from the Tusken Raiders, but also the Tusken Raiders are probably how I get to the Proto-Sith ruins, or whatever we're calling those. From the Builders. I guess the Builders is what we call them. So we have several reasons to go to the Tusken Raiders. I'm not even convinced anything else exists outside. It's just the Tusken Raider camp and somewhere maybe a dragon.
No one leaves Anchorhead without proper authorization.
All Empire people talk in this dickhead accent. I have proper authorization.
Well, let's see it. Come on.
Here is my hunting license.
All right. I'll just scan that and you're off. I'll keep it on file, too. Good luck out there. You'll need it.
Or whatever else other sounds happen out here.
Hello there.
Hi.
You're heading out into the desert? You're a hunter, right? You must be if you've been allowed to leave Anchorhead. When you see Tanis, and I know you old boys always stick together, tell him his wife hopes he enjoys the anniversary gift.
What is that? Oh, what does that mean? Did you give Tanis an exploding weapon or something? Wait, how would he know? Wait, how did you get out here? Are you a hunter? Aren't you supposed to not be able to come out here if you're not a hunter? Like, they want to have a character that's like, is gonna know you're a hunter because you came outside, but like, how did you get outside? Because it seems like it's not implied you're a hunter. What do you mean by you old boys?
You're just another of his buddies from that hunting club. I know your kind. You all cover for each other, I bet. Well, he can do what he wants. He'll get what he deserves. I bought my own license just so I could see that he did.
This sounds a lot like a planned murder, and yeah, apparently she got her own license out here. You sound like you're planning to kill him.
Oh, I'm through planning. I just left him a little mess that he has to take care of. If he's smart, he'll be just fine, but he's not smart.
Then why would I tell him to enjoy the... This plan doesn't seem to account for an outcome where I can deliver a message in the first place. Anniversary gift? What are you talking about?
Just a little something to remember me by. Something that symbolizes our years together. Something that will blow up in his face. Of course, he'll never understand how appropriate it is. He can't talk his way out of this one. He's not smart enough.
Alright. What if he has a message for you?
Oh, I'll be long gone soon enough. The next shuttle to anywhere, really. I've had it with cleaning up his messes, repairing his droids. If he lives, he can try and get by on his own. I doubt he'll last long with no one to listen to his lies.
Oh, I get it. Because it's the droid guy, so she programmed the droids to attack him instead of the enemies. So they're all going to turn on him. Oh boy. Yeah, it's unfortunate you didn't have a good relationship with your wife, and then she was the one in response. Because didn't he talk shit about her? I think he spoke poorly of her, and it implied that their relationship's not great. So I was surprised to find out that she maintains his droids, because it's like, that seems like that could backfire quickly. What if she just leaves, and then you just can't do your basic job anymore? I have to go.
I'm sure you do. Like I said, when you see him, tell him his wife Marlena says hello.
Is that him in the background the whole time we're talking? Because it looks like that's him in the background the whole time we're talking. That guy seems to be under attack by droids. What do we have here? This is a cool scene. This wild, sweeping area. With how restrictive the environments have been in this game, you see this and you're like, oh god, how is this possible? Look how huge this place is. There's the Jawa ship thing. Some cool, like, rock formations in the distance. It's huge. It's still pretty big in reality too, but I'm pretty sure those markers are all the boundaries of the world you're allowed to stand in. I think you're not allowed to go beyond those points. So it's not quite in Breath of the Wild mode. Anything you can see, you can go to, but it's still very open.